This is what I call the consistency conundrum. And I explained this in 4 quadrants, right? So I'll start from the bottom left. Stagnation, the consistency conundrum, or the consistency trap. The stagnation phase is when you want to do it so right and so well, excuse me, that you end up doing nothing, right? Because you're trying to get it right. You're trying to make sure that your ducks are in a row. You're trying to make sure that you present yourself in a good light. And you do it to an extent that you end up producing very little to nothing. That is not how you remain consistent. That is how you, I don't even know if you can consider it inconsistent because you never really get going, but that is not how you amplify your voice for sure. The best way to amplify your voice and to get out of that stagnation stage and actually get your ducks in a row is actually by getting out there and swimming with the ducks. That's actually how you do it, because the amount of progress that you make by getting your ducks in a row, thinking it out, working it in your mind, making sure that you're getting all your pieces in place, the amount of growth is about this. Okay, yeah, you might get things a little bit better together. You don't really figure out how to get good until you actually do the thing. Clarity comes from creativity. Clarity comes from creating. It will go from this to this if you actually just begin. But here's the thing, too. Sometimes we take that and run with it and go to the next extreme, which is the red quadrant, regression. So the stagnation quadrant is black. The regression quadrant is red. Why is it red? Because I don't want you to do this. We go from, okay, I need to get it right, and end up doing nothing, to something is better than nothing. And we just make stuff. And the quantity level is high, but the quality level is low. So each axis has a degree and a spectrum of intensity, right? On the y-axis, the vertical axis, it's a low quantity or low volume to high quantity or high volume. On the x-axis, or the horizontal axis, it is low quality to high quality. So the regression side is low quality but high quantity. You do not want to make a lot of garbage. That is a regression stage. Because why? Because virality and excellence is viral. That's how virality works. Excellence goes viral. When something is astonishing, when something surpasses your expectations, you tell people about it. You share it. The sad part is mediocrity, or whatever you want to call it, less than mediocrity, is also viral in the wrong direction, which means not only am I not going to share it, I'm not even going to want to take part of it. You have lost my attention value. When it comes to amplifying your voice, the first transaction you are making with somebody is with their attention. When you abuse my attention with low quality and a lot of it, I'm never giving that back to you again, or it'll be very difficult for me to trust you with my attention again. So you don't want to jump to the next thing out of stagnation, which is, well, something's better than nothing, because that puts you in a regression stage where now you are actually hurting your brand. So the next one is the yellow quadrant, which is progression. Now, this is high quality and, well, let me not say high, but okay. High quality and low quantity. High quality and low quantity. The reason why I was iffy about that is because of what I'm about to share with you next. Because it's what I referred to when I talked about the cadence, and that is the bare maximum principle. In the progression quadrant, you are producing as much as you can at the highest level of excellence or quality that you can. So you want to produce the highest quantity you can at the highest quality you can. What does this look like? Okay, I will release a podcast episode, a YouTube video, a post on Instagram once a week. I can do that. I could be consistent with that. I could put out a good quality product that I am proud of with that. I could give it my best shot at that cadence. You know what? I actually think maybe I could bump this up. I think I could bump it up to maybe 3 times a week. So you go to 3 times a week, and then you realize, I feel like the quality might be declining a little bit because these deadlines are kind of breathing on my neck a little bit too hard. I don't think I can make it that fast. Let me back it up to twice a week. And you find out twice a week is your bare maximum. That's where you could give the best presentation of yourself at the most frequent level, at the highest quantity. And that is a stage of progression, because 52 weeks in a row of once a week is way better than 52 days in a row straight and then not making anything for the rest of the year. Once a week for a whole year is way better than 52 days straight and then nothing for the rest of the year. 100% every single time. This is not a sexy stage. This is not a sexy quadrant. This is progression. It takes time. It takes intentionality. It takes effort. It takes patience. But that is the space where the most results actually happen. Because this space leads to the last quadrant, the green one, the sensation quadrant. This is where you could do high quality and high quantity. This stage, this quadrant is where people usually go viral and can maintain virality. It's when people blow up because they've figured out how to be extremely good at what they do, and they could do a lot of it at scale. Now, this either comes from them getting so good at what they do that they could do it at a high level multiple times over rather easily because they've gotten that skill so sharp, or because their progression phase has brought them resources that allows them to scale with a team or help. So they're able to make multiples of what they were doing before because now they're multiples of them working at it. But we usually don't see the progression stage. We just see the sensation. We just see the virality. We try to imitate it. And lots of times when we try to imitate it, we either end up in the stagnation phase because you can't figure out how to get it like how they're doing it, which makes sense because you've never done it before. Or you try to do it at a high level and just like, well, something's better than nothing. I just got to try. And you end up in the regression quadrant because you're trying to be something that you are not yet. Rather, taking the progression route, I'm just going to do the highest quality I can at the highest frequency that I can. Highest quality at highest quantity. So this is the consistency conundrum. This is the consistency trap lots of people fall into. They think like any type of consistency is good. Not necessarily true. If you're consistently garbage, that is working against you. If you're consistently trying to get it perfect, that is definitely working against you because you're stagnated. But if you're consistently doing your best at the highest quantity you can, you're going to progress. If you do it for long enough, you will become a sensation. That's how consistency actually works.